Hello, everyone. Welcome to our NCE training courses. I'm Jenny from NovaStar. Our training is starting soon, and the topic is Troubleshooting Screen Flickering. To provide you a good training environment, we sincerely suggest you to keep your audio on mute mode during the whole session. Please scan the QR code or click the link at chat room to sign in. If you cannot click the link, please copy and paste to your browser. Feel free to leave your questions that are related to today's topic on the chat room. We will reply you later on the Q&A session. If you have any other questions that are not about today's content, please feel free to send an email to nce@novastar.tech. Now, let's welcome Darren. He's today's trainer.
等会儿放。好了吗？能看到吗？ Hello everyone, it's me again. It's Darren from NovaStar, and what you saw is our mascot called Noah. Okay, so let's talk about today's topic. It's troubleshooting screen flickering, and since it's our penultimate classes, so I will not introduce the NCE again. What we're gonna talk about, it's something or some information you want to know. It's about exam. 1 second. Okay, so we expect to have an online examination on June 4th, and the exam start on the same time slot below. So if you check this time slot table, you will find, okay, it's the same as our current online training session. So it's the same time. And you can, we will hold two same exam on different time slot. So you can pick one to join, but please note here, if you join two courses, we will only accept the first exam score. So no need to join two courses, only one is enough. And the question will be divided into multiple choice questions and judgment questions. And I saw there are some questions in the chat room. Okay, the total amount of the questions will be around 40 to 50. And you can come to the same Zoom ID like you joined today. It's 979 and 0203831 to get the online link exam at that time. Okay. If you still remember last course, Jenny gave you two questions. So now it's your turn. I will pick two customers and one customer for one question. So the first question is, what is the receiving card indicate light status when there is no video source input, and if it's working backup mode, and if the Ethernet cable is disconnected? And the second question is, what if there is one cabinet on the screen is blackout? What could be the possible reason, and how can we do the troubleshooting? Is there any volunteers? Jenny, if there's any volunteers, you can just unmute the microphone. You can raise your hand in the Zoom. You can check the attendance. I think there's an option to hands up. No volunteers. Don't be shy. Just try. You know it, right? Nobody knows these two questions. Jenny, don't be sad. Oh, we have volunteers. Sorry. Okay. Okay, Mr. Brian. 1 second. Hi, Brian.
Hi there.
You hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay, the first question is for you. What is the receiving card indicate light status in this three situations?
So if there's no signal source input, it'll be a triple blink, and then a pause, and then a triple blink.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If it's working in backup mode, it'll be a quadruple blink, and then a pause, and quadruple blink. And if there's no signal or the Ethernet cable is unconnected, it'll be a slow blink, one blink every 5 seconds.
Well done. Well done. Muy bien. Very good. Yeah, you are totally correct. Thank you. Okay. Any volunteers for the second question? Okay, we got another one. Can you please unmute the microphone? Mr. Mubashar? Hello. You can speak now.
Hello. Yeah. Hello. How are you?
Yeah, can you speak louder?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. The voice is not okay. Now you can speak. The second question is for you.
Okay. First we will check our network cable.
Mm-hmm.
And if our network cable is working perfectly, then we will check our receiving card.
Okay, the network cable, receiving card, anything else?
Power supply. Maybe sometimes the power supply is issue.
Yeah, could be. Anything else?
No,
That's all?
I don't think so. That's all.
Okay, thank you. I would like to know the answer. Thank you. Okay, let's see the answer of the first one together. Let's have a review about these two questions. So regarding the receiving card green indicator lights, there are the indicator lights status when we work in different situations. The first one, if the receiving card working normally, it will flash 1 time per second. So it's bling, bling, bling like this. And if it work in backup mode, it's like Brian said, a quadruple blink, or you can set is faster blink 4 times at 0.5 second intervals. And if the network cable is disconnected, it will be like slow blinking, like 1 time in 5 seconds. And if there's no video source input, it will also the faster flash, but it's not 4 times, it's 3 times. So don't mix or don't confuse between the no signal input and the backup mode. The backup mode, faster flash 4 times, and no device or no signal input is 3 times at 0.5 second intervals. So that is the first question. And Brian did a great job. Okay. And for the second question, if we have if we met a cabinet blackout, could be the possible reasons. So the potential cause could be the power supply, right? So we may need to change the power supply unit and the Ethernet cable, and you mentioned that. So maybe it could be a jumper cable loose or fault. And for the receiving card side, they may have some other detail we need to troubleshoot. Maybe it's a wrong RCFG file, or maybe it's a wrong firmware, or maybe it's a receiving card hardware fault. So we're just doing the right thing to correct it. And don't forget also the hub board, because on the cabinet side, we not only just have the receiving card inside, we have the flat cable, we have the hub board. So we also need to check whether the hub board is fault or not. Okay, so this is a short review about the two questions of last course. So now let's back to this topic. The troubleshooting for screen flickering. I don't know if everyone have met this kind of issue, but from my experience, normally when I met the screen issue, it doesn't matter if it's a screen flickering or screen blackout. I always have one question in my mind, which is when we have problems with our screen, what is the first thing we have to figure out? What do you have to figure out if you met a problem? So from my experience, the first thing what we should do is locate the issue, because we cannot just realize one point, we check one point. That is ineffective. So we need to find a way to locate the issue to improve our troubleshooting efficiency. So we need to locate whether the problems happens on the sending card side or it's happened on the receiving card side, right? But sometimes maybe when we're on site, the situation or the condition is not enough. For example, If there is no video source, how can we quickly check whether the cabinets can work normally or not? Do we have any ideas? So next, I will share you some useful functions which can help you to do the troubleshoot, which is the screen control. And I also put the tester 2 here because these two functions have some parts are similar, but they are different. So let's see them one by one. For the screen control, the image signal is from the receiving card directly. So like when we use the screen control to send some command, like a pure color, red, green, blue, to your cabinets, the signal is from the receiving card directly. Just like you press the self-test button behind on the back side of your cabinet. So maybe sometimes when we're doing the onset installation, right? Especially if it's a fan pitch cabinet, we need to confirm whether these cabinets have some data pixel or not. So what do we do? When we're doing the installation, there's no video source. So after we plug in the power cable, and we can press the self-test button on the back side, then we can put some pure color, then we can identify whether there's some data pixels. So the screen control, it seems like we press a self-test button. The signal is from the receiving card directly, so it's not require a video source. And now let's see, where is a screen control in the software interface? This is the main interface of the Nova LCT. And here you can see this is a screenshot for the demonstration mode. But actually, even you are not logging the advanced user, you still have the screen control options. So it's at the main interface, you can have a screen control icon. And if we click the screen control, it will have a pop-up window like this. Then we have some options about the screen control, like the blackout, the freeze, and with the self-test, we have the drop-down list. You can see here, we can select the red, green, blue, white. This is all the pure color. We can put it to the screen, to every single receiving card. And we can also send some horizontal, vertical, / grid. Then we can check whether the screen is connected well or not. So this is from the software part, we can send this screen control command. But maybe you're wondering, what does the screen control relate to the troubleshooting part? Later I will let you know. Then what about the hardware part? So besides we can set the screen control on the software part, we can also do it from the hardware side. As long as this sending controller, all the processors, we have the LCD monitor, all the front panel with a no button. We can press the button, get into the LCD menu, and we have the display control option. And we can, as you can see from this picture, the same principles, we can send normal, send freeze, send blackout, and also we have test patterns from red, green, blue color, and some grays. So this is the two ways from the software side and the hardware side, we can send the screen control. And after we talk about the screen control, let's see what is the difference between the screen control and the tester 2. Because some of you may use the tester 2 in the software. The tester 2, the image signal is from the video source. So the screen control, the image signal is from the receiving card directly, but the tester 2, the image signal is from the video source. It will display a virtual window on your desktop and shows on your screen. So basically, with the tester 2 and the screen control, both of these functions, we can put some colors, red, green, blue, or / or grid on the screen. But the difference is the screen control is directly from the receiving card, but the tester 2 is from the video source part. And let's see, where is the tester 2 function in the software? Still in the Nova LCT, in the main interface, as you can see here, now I'm not logging in. We have the screen control and we have the tester 2 in the main interface of the Nova LCT. And we can just click the tester 2. It will pop up the tester 2 window. But sometimes you may wondering, you cannot find where is the tester 2. Because after you log into the advanced users, you can see here, we have some other functions in this interface, and the tester 2 icon will be hidden in the drop-down list on the right side. So you can see here, after we log in, we have more functions like a quick configuration, screen configuration. So because of these icons, the test 2 has been hidden. So if you want to open the test 2, you need to click the drop down. You need to click a small bar on the right side of the main interface, and you will have the test 2 option. And from my experience, there are 3 useful features of the test 2. It could help us to do troubleshoot, or can help us to improve the efficiency when we're doing on-site support. The first one is the resolution measurement. Because when we open the test 2, it will display a virtual window on our desktop. So as you can see from this picture, we have a window, and on the bottom right, you will have the Windows information. So when we're doing tech support for the customers, the very important information is what is the total resolution of the whole screen. And sometimes the customer may mention about their screen dimension and about the pixel pitch. So we need to calculate, okay, what is the total resolution of the whole screen. So it may takes time, but with the test 2, we can directly drag drag this windows to make it full screen, to make it cover all the LED displays. And that moment, and we can check the Windows information at the bottom right. The W and H means the width and height. So at that moment, the value will be our total screen resolution. So it's a fast way to do the resolution measurement. But please note here, this must happen on a pixel by pixel display. So which means your graphics card should not have any scale, and the sending card and the graphics card is at the same resolution. Then we can use this test 2 to do the fast resolution measurement. And the second feature is we can use the test to identify the screen is pixel by pixel or not. So how can we do that? For example, you can see here, we can select the grid, and we can put a horizontal grid on the screen. If it's not a pixel by pixel, as you can see from this picture, it seems the grid is a little bit blur. It's not just one row LED being lighted up. It will have some ghost around this row. But what if what is the picture, or what is the effect if the screen is displayed pixel by pixel? It will be like this picture. Every row is clear, is not blur, and we can identify, okay, that is a pixel by pixel. So with the test 2, we can also identify whether the screen is displayed pixel by pixel or is not pixel by pixel. So why is the pixel by pixel is important? So if you back to the second course, maybe Arnold told you about that. When we're doing the screen configuration, the first step is the sending card setting. We should set the sending card resolution as same with the graphics card output ports, graphics card output, to make our screen shows display by display, pixel by pixel. And even when the engineers from the manufacturer or from NovaStar, when we're doing the smart setting to generate or to create a new RCFG file, we always need to make the screen pixel by pixel. And besides, when we're doing the on-set calibration, the pixel by pixel is also very important, because the calibration is collect every single LED dots, the information, color, brightness. So the brightness, so the pixel by pixel is very important. So there's a second feature of the test 2. And let's see the third one. The orientation settings. So if you check this picture, you will find, okay, we have some grid and we have some numbers on the screen. And if let's back to the second course, the Arnold mentioned there is a mapping function in the screen connection interface of the Nova LCT. But with the screen with the mapping function, only few receiving cards support this function, like the receiving card, the Armor series receiving card. We click mapping, it will display the physical position of this receiving card. Like the P means the port number, and we also can display the receiving card numbers. But what if we use a MRV, like the MRV 300? If we want to locate some modules, can there some other way? okay, the orientation could be a choice. So here you can see we can input the module width and height, and we can input the numbers of the column and the rows. So we will let the software know how many modules in one cabinet and what is a cabinet, what is the total cabinet size. And on the left side, this picture shows you, okay, now the screen we have 5 columns, and each cabinet we have 4 modules from the top to bottom. And for example, if we have like one issue module, and we can first locate that module position by just checking the numbers or checking the image on the screen. We no need to. The old way is we have 2 persons. One person stand in the front of the screen and one person go back, and the front guy just knock the module. Is this one? No, it's the left one. So it's by this way it can save our time to locate the issue module. So this is the 3 very useful features about test 2. And next, let's back to this topic. How can we troubleshoot the screen flickering issue? And I think every time when we try to figure out what could be the possible reasons, we will look back to the original system structure. Like this one, the PC provides the video source to our sending card. And the sending card, we use the Ethernet cable to connect to the LD screen. And on the LD screen side, it will be several cabinets. And in each cabinet, we have the receiving card, we have the hub board, we have the flat cable, and we have the LED module. So if we ask ourselves, what is the possible reasons could cause a flickering issue? I think if you check the system structure, you will know every single factor or every single device or single cable could be the possible reasons. So the possible reason will be like this: the power supply, receiving card, hub board, video source, sending card, Ethernet cables, firmware, RCFG XL, so etc. So the thing is, we know, okay, it could be the possible reasons, but how can we do the troubleshoot? We cannot just realize one possible reason, then we check this one, and then we realize another one, we check the other one. It could take us a lot of times. So there must have a method, must have a way to do the troubleshoot, which means how can we locate the issue more accurately? Regarding the screen flickering issue, normally I will ask the customers one question. Because the customer told me, well, I doing the phone support or the remote support, my screen is flickering. Okay, I will ask him. The flickering is fixed on the screen or randomly, because the flickering, if it's different, if it's fixed, we may have a way to do the troubleshoot. If it's randomly or if it's a full screen flickering, we may have another way to do the troubleshoot. Okay, now let's see them one by one. First, if the flickering position is fixed, which means the flickering is not randomly, it only happens on a specific area of the screen. It could have these 3 situations. The first one, the flickering happens on specific output ports of the sending card. And second one, the flickering could happen on a specific cabinet, or you can consider it the receiving card. And the third one, the flickering could happen on a specific module. Let's say it's one by one. First, if it happens on specific output ports of the sending card, what do we have to do? It's very easy. We can just exchange the Ethernet cable, or you can consider we exchange the cable to another output ports. For example, now you have the screen, you use like 4 output ports, but the port 1 loading area is flickering. Okay, we can exchange the port 1 with the port 2. If the problem stays on the same old output ports, so which means after we replace these cables, the problem still on this port loading area. Okay, we can confirm it's a sending card output port issue. And if the problem switch to a new output ports, so which means the problem is follow with this Ethernet cable to a new one. Okay, we can locate the issue must on the Ethernet cable. So this is about the screen flickering happens on a specific output port of the sending card, we can do the exchange from the normal output ports or abnormal one, and to locate the issue whether on the output ports or whether on the Ethernet cable. And let's see the second situation. If the flickering happens on a specific cabinet, okay, now it's not the whole screen flickering, only one cabinet. So what could be the possible reasons? The first thing, I think we can check the firmware and the receiving card parameters, like the RCFGX file. Okay, we can confirm whether this information is same with other receiving card, because now we only have one abnormal one. One cabinet is flickering. So we can check this information whether it's the same with others. If it's not same, okay, for sure we need to make it the same. We need to upgrade the same firmware to this receiving card, and we can try to read back the RCFG file from normal one and to load to this abnormal one to check whether the screen can work normally or still flickering. If it's still flickering, and we can do the same thing like when we troubleshoot for the output ports of the sending card, we exchange the receiving card. We can exchange this, okay, this cabinet is flickering, I can unplug the receiving card, and we exchange with the normal one. If the problems follow with the receiving card to the new cabinets, okay, we can locate that is the receiving card issue. And if the problems stays on the same cabinet, so which means even I exchange or replace the receiving card, the cabinet is still there, the flickering is still there. Okay, we can confirm the cabinet, the problem is on the cabinet. It could be a cabinet hardware issue. Then we can check the hardware, module hardware, or we can check the hot board. Okay, now let's move to the third situation. If the flickering happens on a specific module, so which means it's not about big area, it's only a small area, a small module on the screen on the cabinet. So it couldn't be the screen parameters receiving card RCFG file, because if it's an RCFG file issue, it could not be only just one module. It could be the every module on this cabinet. So we just directly go to check the flat cable, the hot board socket. It could be make the module flickering. And we locate from this way, and we can solve the issue. And here, I also summarized a troubleshooting table, troubleshooting form for you about the flickering position is fixed. So this is a potential cause and some details about the potential cause. And I provide you the solutions. For example, for the specific output ports, it could be the output port issue, and it could be the output port is overloading. And also it could be the Ethernet cable. And for the cabinets, it could be the power supply. About this cabinet is fault, maybe we need to change the power supply unit. And also the Ethernet cable, the receiving card. This part is quite similar when we're doing the troubleshoot with the screen blackout issue. And also the hot board could be the reason. And if the specific module, it's the same, we need to check the power supply of this module. Maybe it's a power supply cable or the power supply connectors. And also the hot board, the flat cable. So we use, today I'm not just want you to remember this single point. I want you to know the logic, how we locate the issue. So we can divide the different situations, and we can analyze, okay, what the screen flickering belongs to which situation, and we can locate them one by one. So this is about the flickering happens on, the flickering position is fixed on the screen. And what about if the screen flickering is randomly, or is a whole screen flickering, not just part of the screen? What could be the possible reason, and how can we do the troubleshoot? Let's say this. If the issue position is unfixed, like the whole screen flickering and the screen randomly flickering, here we need to use the useful functions, which is the screen control. We can use the screen control to send a test pattern to the screen. Because as you can, if you remember, I mentioned the screen control, the image signal is from the receiving card directly. So now if on my back, I have a LED screen is flickering, and I send a screen control like a pure color, like a pure white of the screen and the screen now is not flickering. What does it mean? Which means, okay, the signal from the receiving card is correct. So it's nothing to do with the receiving card. We need to check other factors. So with the screen control, we can locate the issue on the receiving card side, on the screen side, on the other side. So after we send the screen control test pattern, the screen is still flickering. Okay, we can confirm the problem is on the screen side. And we may need to check the screen power supply, because if the screen if it's an insufficient power supply, it could make the whole screen flickering. And it could be the firmware. Maybe the whole screen running in the wrong firmware. It could cause the screen flickering, and we need to find the correct firmware to do the firmware upgrade for the screen. And it could be the RCFG file. We may send the wrong RCFG file to the screen. So we need to find the original RCFG file from the manufacturer. If we do not have it, we may need to create a new one. But don't ask me how to create a new RCFGX file, because this part is not that easy, and I cannot explain in few words. So it's also related to our advanced courses. So if you met this kind of situation and you need a new RCFG file, okay, you can contact your screen supplier, or you can contact NovaStar. We can try to remote help to help you to create a new one. So this is about after we send the screen control test the patterns, the screen is still flickering, and we confirm that the problem is on the receiving card side, and then we check these possible reasons. And if the screen shows normal after we send the test patterns, okay, we can confirm the problem is nothing to do with the receiving card. It's not about the screen side. Then we need to check before the receiving card, like the sending card, video source, video cables, Ethernet cable. So this could be the possible reasons, and we locate them one by one, and we solve the issue. For the whole screen flickering or the random screen flickering, I also summarized troubleshooting table. So you can you can take a picture, or you can make a screenshot, or later, maybe 1 or 2 days later, you can go to our YouTube channel to review this video, and you can check the troubleshooting potential cause and the solutions. So for the full screen flickering or the random flickering, we have 5 potential causes. It could be a computer. So for the computer, it could be the graphics card output issue. And it could be the graphics card frame rate is not matched with the sending card. Because in the Nova LCD software settings, the first step, we need to set the sending card. We not just set the resolution, we need also set the same frame rate. So otherwise, if the frame rate is not matched, it also could cause the screen flickering issue. And then regarding the video cable, it could be the bad quality, so we may need to change a new one. And for the sending card, okay, maybe it's an input interface damage, or maybe it's an Ethernet output port issue, or maybe the hardware issue. There's some components inside this device, it's not function. And for the receiving card set, it could be the wrong RCFGX file, or it could be the wrong firmware. So we have to do is send a correct RCFG file, or we need to create a new one, or maybe we can try to upgrade the correct firmware to the screen. And last one, the power supply. So the power supply, maybe you can, every time you can be the first point we need to check if the power supply make the problem or make this issue happens. Okay, so after all this troubleshooting, we follow the steps to do the troubleshoot. If your screen flickering issue still cannot be solved, you can contact NovaStar. So we are always willing to help you. No worries. Okay, now let's have a summary about today's topic. So at the beginning, we talked about 2 useful functions, the screen control and the test 2. The difference between this is the screen control, the image signal is from the receiving card directly. And the test 2, the image signal is from the video source. So with the the screen control, we can locate whether the issue is on the receiving card side or is not on the receiving card, maybe the sending card side or the other possible reasons. And after that, I share how to troubleshoot the screen flickering. We divide these two situations. We divide the screen flickering in two different perspectives. If the screen flickering position is randomly, or the full screen flickering, or if the position is fixed on the screen. If it's randomly flickering or full screen flickering, we can use the screen control. And if it's fixed on the screen, and we need to locate them in three ways. If it's sending card output ports, or if the cabinet's flickering, or if it's motor flickering. And we follow the steps, and you can also check the troubleshooting table to locate the issue. Okay, now same is a homework time. Here I got one question for you guys. And if there is a flickering cabinet on your screen, what will you do to locate the issue? So no need to answer this question now, and no need to submit your questions, because next course, also our last course, our trainer Angus will maybe ask one of you guys to answer these questions. Okay, you can just think about it and prepare for the next session. And what's more, now we have the NovaStar online workshops, and we've uploaded some very interesting videos like the software operations and the product solution series. If you are interested and if you want to learn some software operations, you can go to our online workshops. Like you can get some skills about smart setting for regular module, or you can try to review the redundancy settings in the software operation videos. And also you can check some product solution series videos like the cloud-based platform solution or the C1 and N9 stage rental solutions. So just go to NovaStar official website, click support and training, and you can, in the drop-down list, you will have the NovaStar online workshops. So that's all the content for today. And we sincerely sincerely need your feedback here. So you can scan the QR code, or you can click the link at the chat room. And next is our Q&A time. We may need one minute to prepare everything. So at this moment, please help us to fill out this feedback. Thank you. See you later.